When Erin entered Blackroot Forest, she noticed the strangest thing. No sound, no birds, no wind, not even the crunch of leaves beneath her boots. It was as if the forest swallowed noise before it existed. A wooden sign at the entrance read, "Do not speak. It hears everything." She laughed nervously, but her breath felt heavy, as though someone was listening already. At the ranger station, Erin found an old map carved into the wall. The trails looked normal, but someone had etched a message beneath it. "If you hear your name, run." She touched the carving. The wood seemed warm, pulsing faintly. Behind her, she thought she heard something shift, though the forest was supposed to be silent. Hours into the hike, Erin heard a faint whisper, like distant wind through reeds. Then it shaped itself into her name. She froze. The air tasted metallic, vibrating softly. She called out, "Who's there?" Immediately, the trees bent toward her, leaves trembling. She felt a pressure in her skull, as if punished for making sound. The voice returned, not ahead, not behind, but beside her, as if a second Erin walked in parallel. Each whisper grew clearer, copying her breathing, matching her steps. She glanced sideways, expecting another hiker. Instead, shadows thickened into a human outline, mimicking her movements perfectly, but lagging a fraction behind. Erin pressed her back against a pine, trying to steady her breath. The bark quivered under her touch. Tree hollows widened like dark mouths. A gentle hum rose around her, shifting pitch depending on her heartbeat. The forest wasn't silent. It was waiting, anticipating, feeding on every sound she made. She spotted a cabin camouflaged by moss and roots. Inside, everything was covered in dust except a journal left open on the table. The last page read, "The forest records every sound, then it repeats them, then it becomes them." A second entry, written with frantic strokes, "My echo went walking without me." As Erin left the cabin, new footsteps joined her own. They were soft but undeniably human. She held her breath. The footsteps stopped too. When she exhaled, they exhaled. Slowly, the footsteps shifted closer, like someone relearning how to walk. When she turned, nothing stood behind her, but the soil bore fresh prints, matching her boots exactly. A deep vibration rose from the earth, nearly knocking her off balance. The forest floor rippled like disturbed water. Every tree leaned inward, focusing on her. The hum shaped itself again into her name, repeated dozens of times in slightly different tones. Her voice higher, lower, calmer, panicking. All versions of her. Erin glimpsed movement, a figure stepping out from between the trees. It was her silhouette, but stretched, as if sound had formed a body without bones. It moved too fluidly, drifting more than walking, head tilting with unnatural curiosity. Each time Erin inhaled, the creature inhaled too, but fuller, smoother, more confident. Erin clamped a hand over her mouth and ran. The forest reacted violently. Branches scraped together like grinding teeth. Dead leaves rustled in spirals. The air vibrated so strongly she felt it in her teeth. Every sound she made, every gasp, was instantly repeated by the unseen forest, building a second Erin step by step. She burst into a clearing filled with dozens of figures, distorted silhouettes of hikers matching old missing posters. Their bodies flickered like sound waves, unstable but growing more solid as they watched her. They didn't move until she did, and when she stepped back, they stepped forward, copying with a strange delay. Leaves swirled into a vortex, forming a mouthless face in the air. The voice that came from it was a perfect imitation of Erin's own, calm, steady, confident. "You gave us sound," it said. "Now we give it back. Improved." Its echoing body stepped closer, merging into full human shape, her shape. Her double smiled. Not quite right, but close enough to be terrifying. "You are noisy," it whispered in her tone. "We are quiet. Better." The creatures behind it repeated the words in perfect harmony, layers of her voice stacking like a choir. The forest tightened around her, expecting her to scream. Erin tried to flee, but the air thickened, muffling her movement. When she opened her mouth to cry out, the sound dissolved before leaving her throat. The forest drank it. The double reached her, placing a hand over her chest. Darkness spread through her vision as the forest pulled the sound of her existence away. At sunrise, a calm and composed Erin emerged from Blackroot Forest, her posture perfect, movements fluid. Hikers asked if she was okay. She smiled softly. "The forest is safe," she said in a steady, soothing voice. But when she passed a metal sign, her reflection didn't match. It stood still, watching, as the new Erin continued walking without a shadow.